pledge to our flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023, and the time being 6 p.m. The meeting of the Greensburg Water Board is called to order. At this time, please silence electronic devices. To comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the city requests that participants in this meeting complete a voluntary anonymous survey that's available on the table in the back of the room. Can we have a roll call, please, Donna?
Yes. Patrick Kennedy.
Here.
Frank Massey.
Here.
Robin Meyer.
Here.
Tony Higginbotham.
Here.
Ryan Maddox.
Here.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. We're seeing on our agenda approval of minutes. What say you, Mr. Massey? All right. Anybody have any changes, corrections, additions to the minutes? They'll stand approved. Thank you. Old business, we have none. Rick's ready for new business.
I am.
Let's go.
So I apologize with the employee recognition. I'll be back on track next month. I have two more. Aaron Schwindeman will be with us next month. So
Very well.
the Holland Lease, something we've had going on for years. I'm not sure how
I was
long.
going to say, how many years?
I have no idea. 30 plus years has to be ever since I've been here. So.
Since I've been here.
But that is some farm ground that we lease to Ted Holland up north of town around Flat Rock. I think it's $2,212.50 a half. Probably already paid if I had to guess for, well, they wouldn't pay it yet until the contract was signed. So I have that in front of you right now for your approval.
Very well. Any questions for Rick? Anybody? What's your pleasure, board?
Oh, do we need to make a motion?
Yes, please.
Oh, we need to make a motion to accept the
Holland
lease for half, I guess. Does that sound right? Or the whole
For
thing?
The whole year.
The whole year. We'll make a motion to take the whole year.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We'll do that again for another year.
Thank you.
Hatch contract,
Hach
Hach,
Contract.
I stand corrected.
So we're bringing in 4,500. Now watch this.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
So you have a copy of the Hach Contract. What this is all of our new chemical equipment, inline chemical monitoring that we do at the plant, from turbidities to chlorine analyzers to pH machines. Last year, if you remember, it was $24,000 some dollars. The reason it's over $31,000 this year, we added a pH probe, a turbidimeter, and 2 CL17s in Plant 3 with some leftover monies that we had from building the plant. So I had them installed in Plant 3, and I've added them to the contract. It sounds like quite a bit, but I'll give you. We just had the quarterly inspection last week. They came in, Hach come in, they did all the calibrations on all the machines. The 2 CL17s, which is roughly a little over a year old, out of warranty. Both of them are down at this time in the groundwater plant. He told me to hold off on that to get them onto our contract, because it's going to be $2,000 to $3,000 for a new circuit board in each one of those. So if that's all covered under this contract, all parts, labor, and material. So once we get those CL17s under this contract, if it's approved by the board, then I'll be contacting them tomorrow and getting that signed up, to get them set up for maintenance. So it's going, and I asked the guy that come down, I said, you know, this contract's pretty expensive. And that's when he explained to me, for him to come down and just change that one circuit board, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000. So we're looking anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 for the two machines right now.
So how long have we been using Hach?
We've always used Hach equipment. When we built a new plant is when we went on a contract, because all the machinery we have, which is roughly I think we have 11, 12 turbidimeters. We have multiple CL17s, well, those are required by IDEM to be calibrated every quarter. And before I tried to do that with myself at the old plant, to be honest with you, I didn't get them done every quarter. It's a lot of work. And that's why we went with the contract with them to come in and take care of that.
That was gonna be my question, is how often are they calibrating if they come down during the quarter? they calibrate?
Every quarter.
That is a requirement.
That is a requirement
Okay.
through the state.
Very well.
Yeah, we had this last year, though.
Yes.
We just more because of the other machine.
Rick, do you have any concerns in here at all? You're the expert.
Unfortunately, Hach's the only company that I know of or aware of that does this. And I have ran into something with them. I got an email back actually today. What had happened was somehow they missed our third quarter. Last year, they were supposed to show up in September and they didn't get here until last week. So it was actually a 6-month. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to tell you guys that they're gonna extend that contract that you're looking at for an extra quarter. They owe me a quarter, because you're looking at roughly $7,500 per visit. My new salesperson I'm dealing with now has been there since December, and I think she's on top of everything and has it all figured out, and she's not really sure how we got skipped. We fell in the crack somehow. But she's assured me that that will not happen, and obviously I'll stay on top of it myself too, because it is a mandated to the state, so I have to have that information on file if IDEM was to ever show up,
Yep.
and they do.
That's something you keep on file, they don't have to send it in or anything?
No, just I have to have it on site.
It's like,
Very well. Anyone have questions for Rick?
Is there any other training that Hach offers for the employees of the city?
The only training that we went through, which was required when they built the plant, is to show us how it works. They go through all that. I actually have a thumb drive for the O&Ms for all of our new equipment around the plant. So yes, we've been through the training on it, but as far as getting into it and doing the calibration, no.
Any more questions? What's your board?
make a motion, we accept the Hach quotation for $31,414.00.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor with approving the Hach agreement for $31,414, say aye. Aye. Opposed with the same sign? Very well. Stay up on that, Rick.
I'll notify them
Very well.
tomorrow. Thanks.
Uh-oh, looks like you're wanting more money.
Well, this one's kind of important too. Water treatment plant 3, our roof cap, is half of it's blowed off. No, half off. Half of it has came loose, and there is 2 sections of the roof cap that's blowed off. I got a hold, it was brought to my attention a couple weeks ago by one of my operators. I got a hold of Element Roofing. Doug come down and met me. The plant's 16 years old, 16, 17 years old. We climbed up on top. It looks like the material, rubber material, is actually still in pretty good shape. It's got a lot of discoloration in it. He said that he would bid it 2 different ways, whatever the board's pleasure is. One is replacing that ridge cap all the way around. But he said if we would have a failure on the roof vinyl or the rubber itself, that the ridge cap would have to be tore off and replaced again at that time. So you're looking at $9,000.
2302.
Yeah, $9,423.02 to do the ridge cap. If the board board wishes to do the whole, roof, you're looking at $33,920, to do the rubber roofing, and then the $9,423 to do the ridge cap on top of that. I don't, just my opinion, I was up on there and I think from what I saw, it looked like the roof was in pretty good shape, other than the discoloration. Now, I didn't find any part up there that is actually, everything's adhesed to the floor, to the walls, like it's supposed to be. It's just the ridge cap itself. I would honestly think that we would be okay for quite some time if we just did the ridge cap. With that being said, I'd hate to come back to you in 5 years and say, guess what?
What was our expectation on the life of that roof when we did it? Any idea?
That was,
30 years?
do you remember, Darren, when we built
They're
that?
usually somewhere around 20 to 30 years, so.
So we're a little over half of the life expectancy, maybe?
The discoloration, is it like is it broke down, a UV breakdown, or is it just some staining from?
To me, it looks like it's more of a moldy,
So it's more of a staining?
more of a staining growth. I don't,
That's not gonna hurt the performance of the roof. Now, if it looked like it was deteriorating because of UV or something like that, then I'd have more concern. And you didn't see any bump?
I didn't see any bubbles anywhere, and I looked at it pretty thorough. I didn't see anywhere where it was actually coming, the adhesive was coming, any flapping or, I didn't see any of that.
Questions for Rick?
Would it be of any value to do a thermal scan on the roof? Just to see if any weak points or anything that maybe we're not seeing?
What do you think, Darren? You're thinking,
Trying to think how that would work. Is that a precast or is that a?
It's a precast.
I don't know, that's gonna tell you anything on the lining itself. It's gonna tell you whether you got any voids in the precast, so I don't know that a thermal's
I
gonna.
can tell you if there's moisture under there.
It would tell you if there's moisture in the roof, it would tell you that, but that may be in the precast, cause it could have been in there from the very beginning and never got out. Cause we had a heck of a time with the new water plant.
Yes.
And we put some of those up and we got a rainstorm and we got water inside those cores and we were drilling holes in there trying to get all that water removed, so.
Did you see any water from this past storm on Friday?
I did not. There was one spot around his skylight. It wasn't physically wet after that storm, but it looks like there's some rust around the bottom of the skylight somehow, but I don't know if that's condensation, because it is a water plant, so I didn't physically see anything leaking.
so you're recommending,
My opinion is we could get by with the ridge cap for a long time, but that's my opinion.
okay. Anybody have any other questions, any other suggestions?
Sure.
Anyone? Motion be made by any board member?
I'll move to accept the first estimate of $9,423.02.
Motion, we have a second to approve the ridge cap at 942302. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right. We'll do the ridge cap. Keep an eye on that. Done spending money? Quite a bit there tonight.
I know, I apologize, but it has to be done.
You didn't spend any last month, did you?
Huh?
You didn't spend any last month?
I don't remember if I spent it last month or not.
All right, I don't want to know. You probably want to truck it, you know.
Oh, you all knew it.
That's sitting out there?
Yeah.
Nice white rig? Nice, good for you.
Yeah,
So, how long did you have the other one?
23 years.
All right, so 23 more.
I'm not gonna be here 23 years.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
right, what else
I
you
only
have?
know I'll be alive in 23
You
years.
will. What else you have for us?
So in front of you, you also have your 2022 annual water quality report, CCR. It's already been submitted to the state for their approval. Only took me 2 times this year. It's been approved, the way it's set up through the state. I just need your approval to submit it to Kristen and have her put it online. Or if you have any questions about it.
The state's approved it,
Yes.
okay? Anyone?
Make a motion, we can put the annual water quality report online.
We have a second? Second. Very well, we have a motion and a second to publicize our annual water quality report as approved by the state. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Very good. We got good water.
Very good water.
I drink it every day.
I do too. And then you have your February operations report in front of you. Nothing's out of the ordinary. Things looks good. You got any questions? That's all I have.
That's it?
That's it.
Very well. Thanks for keeping us posted, Rick.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, you have anything?
I do
Thank
not,
you, Rick.
unless you have questions for me.
Is what I say, Rick?
I said, thank you, Rick.
Mayor, Ron, anything?
No, PennDOT's still working on the Main Street project, haven't heard anything new there, nothing's changed I'm aware of.
Aaron, anything? No. Anyone else? Anyone like to address the board?
Real quick, Rick reminded me, I guess, we're working with Darren a little bit to talk about what to do with the south tower here on Main Street. Repaint, rehab, or replace. So we're working through that. I don't know that we've made any progress yet, but that's sort of on our short-term plan, is we're gonna have to do something with it.
How old is that tower?
54?
54?
Wow. So it has to be tinted, it is lead,
It's got lead on the exterior,
so.
lead and chromium above the legal limits now, so.
Yeah, so it'll take quite a bit to redo it, but it needs it, so.
But you still can't tear it down through.
And that,
Tear it
that's
down,
all
still
back
gotta
pocket
do
to know
all the
about.
lead.
Yeah.
Better start saving some money, Donna.
That's been in our capital improvement plan for quite some time.
Very good. Do we have an anticipate date to redo it, or?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Short, near, long term.
Got it. Sounds like a lawyer.
That's probably a firm definite, maybe.
All right. Very well. If there's nothing else to come before the board tonight, we'll stand adjourned.